BBN Jack Frost, what's up, party people? How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is having a beautiful morning. Hey, yo, check this out real quick before we get into what we talking about, right? So, I rarely ever go to other people YouTube channels. It's not because I don't appreciate what other people are doing, but it seems like if you go to another person's YouTube channel and you comment, there's gonna be somebody in their community that is then gonna stalk you to try to get that person to argue with you. They're gonna be DMing you, they're gonna be DMing that person trying to start beef. So I just rarely ever go to other people's channels. But this morning, I just popped up and just looked into a couple of people's lives, and I noticed something. We have a lot of people that used to be part of this community and actually were big parts of this community that are now big parts of other people's community. So I personally think that the YouTubers that be trying to beef with me and start with me and all this other bullshit, I'm actually making your team stronger when I hit people with their bags. So please, let's not do that. Anyway, how's everybody doing this morning? First thing we want to do is we want to give appreciation to everybody that donated to the chat the other night. We actually went to something. Shout out to G's Up. G's Up is the sponsor today, and the number one reason why G's Up is the sponsor for this particular video, besides, he bought me a drink last night at the bar we went to or whatever the case is because he pulled up. So G's Up is the sponsor for today's video. Salute to G's Up. That's a whole fact. Before we get to the morning roll call, I do want to give shout out to everybody that donated to the chat the other day. Let me just make sure we don't have nothing on any other platform real quick. Okay, so we want to give a shout out to Liberty Hazelton with the $2 drop, Common Sense with the $9.99 drop, and Common Sense again with the $4.99 drop. Salute to him. We also want to give a shout out to Susan Bodell and with the $10 drop, and Peter Sowell with the $5 drop last night. Definitely appreciate y'all, brothers. Let me just check PayPal real quick to make sure I don't miss anybody. Sometimes I miss people and it's not on purpose. All right. So with that being said, oh shit, I still got this screen on. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna move on to what you mean no sound? If you don't hear no sound, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you if you don't hear no. Oh, no sound when I went to the sponsor screen. No, it's sound over here. What are you talking about? Anyway, let's go through roll call real quick. Shout out to Evitt Gilchrist. He says, top of the morning to everyone. Black Wolf 7, Natasha Johnson, salute. What up, DSCN? What up, Lemire K? I haven't seen you in a while, my brother. He says BBN. And he's doing like the Black Power thing. So I don't know if that's like Black Panther, the movie, or if he's like punching nigga in the face. Part of my language. I'm not sure where he's going with it. Shout out to Kendall P. Says salute. Stay wise. Deshaun Ragsdale's. Shout out to Vic Star. We love Vix. Who else we got up in here? Jamel Tolliver, John Soto, G's up, salute G's up. Foot in the Ass Entertainment. What's up, my brother? That's it. That's roll call, so we done. Anyway, the two stories we're gonna talk about today, and what's up, Morsargi? I don't know how to say that. TV. What's up, Rel King? Real quick, there's something that I want to say, and this is what I mean by I understand people wanting to. I understand there'd be a thing that somebody is talking about, and you're like, I don't think we've looked at it in its totality, so therefore you play the devil advocates aspect of the conversation. I understand that in total. And not only do I understand that, but I think that we need that in our society, period. We need people who are going to look at things that we all think is done the right way and look at it as objectively in a way or a manner that we can see it for what through a different scope, and therefore quite possibly improve whatever that thing is. So yes, we need people to play the devil's advocate. Let's just be clear on that. What's up, New York urban legend James S? Salute. How y'all doing? Monica Kendra Whitehead. Salute. So we need people to do that. But the point in which I'm making is there's certain things that happen that there is no devil's advocate playing of. There's certain things that happen that we just have to stand together and be unified. I believe that there needs to be a change in the music industry. And one of the changes in the music industry that I've been talking about for years, literally years on this platform, is the way that new artists are being treated with their contracts. I understand your first contract not being your big payday. I get it. I get it. I 100% get your first contract not being your big payday. It's like that in almost every sport, right? Um, and football, the first contract for the first 3 years, they basically get crumbs. Like that's why you want to, have your team already together and then get a big name quarterback to come in, and then you get that push, because when that quarterback, like if you want to pay attention to what's happening in actual sports, Dak Prescott is going through a situation with the Cowboys right now because he's leaving his rookie deal, and he wants to re-sign and get a bigger contract. So the point in which I'm making is, I understand your first contract not being your best contract, but that doesn't mean that the company gets a chance to cheat or rob you. Now, I want to give a shout out to Complex and Sean Sataro. I'm going to show y'all this article real quick. Give me 1 second. I want to give a shout out to Complex and Sean Sataro. He's doing a lot of good work over there. Just keep an eye out for the brother. Read his articles. He's doing a lot of good work over there. And there's already been a update on this particular story. So we're gonna hold on. Did Sean Sataro do the update? Sean Sataro already did the update. We're going to get to the actual article that we're going to talk about today. And then we're also going to get to the update. Let me just send the update to my staff real quick. Give me 1 second. I just want to send the update to my staff. And now we're going to go over the first article first, because I want to explain something real quick. I want to explain something real quick that I think people is lost on people. Well, I was talking the other day and I was explaining how her contract worked, and you had people that was trying to defend her contract. I believe her contract is indefensible. Now, if you had a contract like this 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, I'm not sure how the climate was 20 years ago. But I do know that if you have a record label that's making damn near $8 million off of you, you should get more than $15,000. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I mean, like, how much money does she have to for them to actually pay her $1 million? Think about this now. For her to actually make $1 million off of her recordings, how much money are they gonna have to make? They're gonna have to make damn near a $500 million in order for her to make $1 million. Do you understand where the problem is? For everybody that's saying that there's nothing wrong with what the company is doing, do y'all understand where the problem is? She's gonna have to make them a $500 million maybe to make about $1 million. Think about that for a minute while everybody is think about that for a minute. Just no, we're gonna go over the whole thing that happened. We're gonna go over the Sean Sataro column. I just want y'all to think about that for a second. In order for her to make $1 million, wait, they're gonna have to make $30 million in order for her to make $1 million. Okay, I was exaggerating, but they gonna have to make 30. They gonna have to make $30 million for her to make $1 million. I don't think that number's right, DST. Are you sure? She made $15,000 off of them making $7.3 million. Got TV says, did Meg sign a contract and change her mind? You don't get to do that because changing your mind is an illegal defense. I'm not saying that she's changing her mind. That's not my position. My position is that it was a bad contract and it should be null and voided just off the rip. My position is, instead of her trying to get her contract null and voided, she decided to come back and try to get it renegotiated, which is fair. You literally renegotiate contracts. That's how that works. You sign your first contract, you show them what your worth is, they see how much how valuable you are, and then you go in and you renegotiate your contract. I don't understand what the people that don't know that don't I don't understand how that's not understood. Yeah. Oh, and Shy Murder says, and you know she getting robbed because they was threatening her when she asked to leave. Why do you think I got problems with that dirty dude? He tried to extort me. I said, get out of here. So he can't do nothing to me except for try to make my name bad and lie about me on the internet. Now do you see why I don't like those people that now you see why my problem with Cole Crawford is? Because I know a rat bastard when I see one. Hold on. So let's go to the Sean Sotaro article real quick. No, you could just somebody could there is a legal defense if somebody gives you a contract that's a bad contract and you sign it not knowing any better because you don't know. That literally is a legal defense. I do know that, right? If somebody writes up a contract that is purposely meant to deceive you or to trick you when you sign that contract, that is a legal defense. I think tax loan trial starts in April. I'm going to say this again for everybody that don't know. You know that if you sign, I don't care what it is. I'm not just talking about the music industry. If you sign a contract that's an unfair contract, that is literally a legal defense. Maybe that's why people don't know why I'm talking about, because y'all don't know that that is literally a legal defense. That if somebody writes out a contract that is purposely meant to deceive you, you can sue them. You do know that. Okay, let's go over some of the things that's in the article. Um, Shout out to Sean Sotaro. This is the article right here. Go check out. Just check him out. Just in general, dude's dope. He does a lot of good articles for Complex. Shout out to Complex for having this guy on their squad. That's a whole fact. All right, so the article starts. Megan Thee Stallion's contention situation with her label 1501 Certified Entertainment continues. Pardon me, continues to evolve to a head-spinning pace. Just a day after Harris County, Texas judge issued a temporary restraining order allowing Megan to release new music on Friday, March 6th, 1501 head Cole Crawford filed an emergency motion to dissolve that restraining order according to legal documents obtained by Complex. The motion filed on Tuesday has not yet been ruled on by a judge. Megan signed to 1501 in February, the motion being the motion that Carl Crawford in 1501 put to make it to dissolve the other the court decision that was in favor. Come on, you know we don't do the F word. That was in favor to dissolve the contract that was in favor of Meg Thee Stallion. So that's the motion that they're talking about. Megan signed to 1501 in February 2018 and signed to Rock Nation Management in September 2019. Her suit filed this week asks for the termination of 1501 contract, claiming that it does not conform to industry standards. They literally, what did I say in the beginning of this video? What did I say in the beginning when I first started talking about this? I said that if this was a contract from like 10, 15, 20 years ago, this would basically be a different conversation. Do you hear what they're saying? It doesn't conform to industry standards. People are not getting this contract that they got with Meg Thee Stallion right now. Do you get it? Do you get it? For her stature of what she's doing in music and for the units that she's moving in music, her contract is not fair. It's not standard. What the fuck, yo? Pardon me. Anyway, a source close to the situation explains to Complex that March 6th was planned to be Megan's album release date. There were some people the other day complaining that Megan the Fox don't even have albums. She just has 2 mixtapes. March 6th was supposed to be an album release date that they're trying to stop. The other day when we was on here, people was complaining that she does not have any albums out. She only has 2 mixtapes. March 6th is the album that she's gonna drop. I always say nobody's contract is fair in the industry, my dude. The laughter, so you're not off. Focus Sports says, I don't understand how she, her mom, and a lawyer of hers. We don't know if they had a lawyer available. We're assuming that her mom's had a lawyer available for her. I haven't read that. If you've read that, then okay, I'm gonna agree with you. But I haven't read that. And also, there's lawyers for different things, by the way, just so we can be clear. You got people who are lawyers for criminals. There are people who are lawyers for who could get you out of that damn traffic ticket. You got lawyers that specialize in RICOs and gangs. You got lawyers that specialize in rappers and actors and shit like that. So you got lawyers that specialize in different things. Just because a lawyer was present, but just any lawyer. I'm assuming you could have got any freak. You could have got Sal. Isn't he a lawyer from Breaking Bad? You could have got Sal and got a better deal than that. That's a fact. Anyway, hello now. Focus Sports says, I don't understand how she, her mom, and a lawyer of hers read the contract. Now she is complaining, say she didn't read it. How's he and the bad guy? You ask a question that don't. You ask questions if you don't understand. Negligence. Okay, so I'm gonna say this once again. The first time you rode a bike, were you successful? I'm just curious. The first time you got on a bike and you said, I'm gonna ride this bike, and you got on that bike and you start pedaling. The first time you started pedaling on that bike, were you successful? The first time you took a jump shot, did you make it? Because this is her first contract ever. This is her first contract ever. So if she's not allowed to make a mistake, what about all of the other things that people do in life for their first time and they're not successful or they mess up or they make a mistake? I didn't say anything about ignorance being an excuse. Let's just keep reading. How about that? I want everybody that thinks that Megan Thee Stallion is wrong to keep on with your energy, because Sean Totaro and Complex got the actual contract and they're going to explain what was in the contract. So I need for all of y'all to keep this same energy. All of y'all to keep the same energy. I read the article already. I need all of y'all to keep the same energy. Once again, Complex and Sean Totaro got the contract. They read the contract. So the stuff that is about to go down in this article is what's in the contract. I just want to just express that before we actually read the rest of this article. Tyree D'Angelo says, so basically they want to stop the album because if it do well, she wins and receives more money. Then they want to give her, so they want her to be good with the contract she got. I explained this the other day real quick. I'm explaining this again. I used to work for a person, and you want to know what the person used to do? Work all day, right? And then when it's time to pay you your money, they don't pay you all of your money. They pay you a little bit of your money. You go to work the next day, they pay you a little bit of your money. You eventually get all of your money, but they never give you all of your money at one time, so you can't ever do anything, and you always need them. You can't leave. That's what a lot of these record companies do. Before it was easier, because before they could just sign you, give you a freaking not a signing bonus, but they could sign you and give you a upfront money, and now you can't leave because you owe upfront money. So you stuck with them for the rest of your life. Literally, there's artists that are stuck in contracts with record labels for 15, 20 years. If you think I'm lying, remember Prince? Hold on. A source close to the situation explains to Complex that March 6th was planned to be Megan's album release date on January 23rd of this year. 1501's attorney sent a letter to Megan's distributor, 300 Entertainment, saying that making of the album was in direct contravention to 1501's contractual rights. How is the making of an album against the contractual rights of the company that you work for that's in the business of making music? Please, somebody explain that to me. Hold on. Let's read that again one more time. And everybody that is saying that Meg Thee Stallion is wrong, I need y'all to explain to me how how a music artist making music is how it's against it's a direct contravention to 1501's contractual rights for her to make music. I don't understand what the how you could defend this shit. If you're just saying she signed the contract so she should have to live with it, that's crazy. That's her first contract. She's not like she's out there know stuff about the business world. She's been doing this for 10, 15 years, been doing this for 6, 7 years. She don't know none of this shit. He was thirsty. They signed the first thing smoking. Anyway, I'm gonna read that again for the people in the back. A source close to the situation explains the complex that March 6th was planned to be Megan's album release date. On January 23rd of this year, 1501's attorney sent a letter to Megan's distributor, 300 Entertainment, saying that the making of an album was in direct contravention to 1501's contractual rights, as well as demanding that 300 cease all activity related to Megan's music until they get permission. She's not even allowed to make music. No, y'all right. She's not a slave, right? For the people, let me plug this shit in real quick. For the people that was saying she's not a slave, y'all right. She's not a slave. Whether it's legal or not, that sounds like slavery. How you signed to do music, but you can't do music unless they say you could do music. How you signed to, how you signed to, wait, hold on. For the just so we could be clear, the law sided with Megan Thee Stallion. For everybody that's something I was gonna point out later, but I'll point that out right now. The law the judge sided with Megan. Do y'all understand this? Everybody that's saying she signed the contract, the judge sided with Megan. Y'all do know this, right? The judge, hold on. For everybody that's in here talking about she signed the contract, she should have knew what she was up to, this and this and that. The judge sided with Megan. Y'all do so. Everybody that's saying, I don't know what to tell you. The judge sided with Megan. Hold on. They didn't say she can't release. They said she can't make any albums. She can't make any music. I'm not talking about the releasing of music. I'm talking about the actual making of music. Anyway, let's go on. Once again, look what they're saying, just so we can be clear. In direct contradiction with contractual rights, as well as demanding that 300 cease all activity related to Megan's music. She can't make music. What are you talking about? Yeah, they think the contract is law, Lyric Jones. They think contracts is law. You see them up in here, right? Hold on. There's a couple of things. Let me just state a couple of things real quick because I might not have stated it. Yes, a record label has the ability to tell you when you can and can't release music if it's in your contract. Most album contracts have this. Most music contracts has this. That's a fact. Also, they are supposed to be involved with the process of you making music. But as y'all gonna learn a little bit later, Megan pays for everything involving her making the actual music. They don't pay for nothing. I need to listen to this real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, I had an admin talking about something, and I think we're gonna do that story. It's Tyson Fury. I think we're gonna do that story. All right, so hold on. I think we're gonna follow the Tyson Fury. I think we're gonna follow that. I like basketball. I like sports in general. So hold on, y'all. I gotta get back to the jump off. So I just want that to be known, right? Hold on. Luminegro, Enlightened Minority. I'm assuming all rappers are in the hole. I think I say that all the time. Almost every single rapper owes the company that they assigned to. So yeah, I'm gonna agree she's in the hole 2, 3 million, 4 million, whatever you want to call it. All right. But is she in the hole because they just saying because they're saying she's in the hole, or is he in the hole because she actually earned her way to be in the hole? So let's not pretend like both of those things are congruent. Some people ain't really in the hole. Some people are only in the hole because that's how the books was cooked. Hold on, let's go. Let's get back to what they was talking. um Lyric Jones says, I think people in the chat just don't like Megan. It do matter, illuminated Minari. It do matter when somebody say that you owe when you really don't owe and they don't have no numbers to back it up. How does that not matter? So hold on. So if I just go to the court and say the guy, Illuminegro minority, owes me $50,000, that mean now you just owe me $50,000? Because I go to somebody and mark up. That's it. So that's what Illuminegro. That's what Illuminegro and Lighted Minorities on. Go to it. Illuminegro Enlightened Minority is saying that all you got to do is say somebody owe you. That's it. All you got to do is be like, yo, that person owe me $50,000, and that person just owes you $50,000. That's it. There's nothing they could just take you to court, and that's it. They just owe you $50,000. I like that type of thinking, illuminated minority. Illuminegro, enlightened minority. I guess I don't know what to say. Hold on. See, I read the whole article. And I read the whole article. So, okay. So I'll keep reading because I read the whole article. So you don't understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. Hold on. All right, so that's not fair. That's not fair on my part because I read the whole article. You might not have. She owes 4 albums, right? And when she goes to try to release an album, they stop her. So how is she gonna not keep owing albums if they won't let her release any albums? Please don't talk about how she owed 4 albums. They're not. The beef is they're not allowing her to drop the album. Sharif Al Amin says, Frost, you got a point. That's literally how indentured servitude worked after emancipation. Yeah, that's a fact. You know, sharecroppers. And that's what Birdman did to Lil Wayne. And everybody was on Lil Wayne's side, but everybody's against Meg Thee Stallion. That shit is crazy. When Lil Wayne was going, what up, Vix? When Lil Wayne was going through the same BS, everybody was like, screw Birdman, screw Birdman. But now that somebody else is going through it, now they like, you know what? I think Meg Thee Stallion is wrong. Up with the label. It be your own. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Yo, when Lil Wayne was going through the same thing, everybody was talking about, yo, screw Birdman, he can eat a Johnson, all type of different stuff. But now that Meg Thee Stallion is going through it, everybody, you know what, women? I'm on y'all guys' side. I'm on y'all guys' side. Y'all get it tough. Somebody just wrote that too. Right after I said that, said, because she's a woman. Right after I said that, somebody wrote that. Yo, look, I'm on y'all guys' side now. I think we're going to start being a pro-woman's channel because this shit is retarded. I mean, we're pro everybody over here, but this shit is retarded. How did Lil Wayne just go through the same mess the other day? Everybody was talking about how screwed up Birdman was. Birdman was getting canceled right and left. Now, when Homegirl was going through it, everybody is saying 1501 is right. What kind of shit is that? I don't think 300 is going to get rated, but I wouldn't be surprised if 1501 get rated. That's a fact. What you mean Meg got to put the numbers up first? She almost got 1 million fucking actual sales and she has over 1 billion streams. How is that not numbers? I'm done with you, J Dollar. I'm done with you, J Dollar. Oh man. It might be Rock Nation trying to sucker another artist into a deal with them because that's your opinion, right? And what I'm saying is, if somebody already is in a bad situation, are you suckering them when you convince them to come into a better situation that just happened to be a situation with you? Are they a sucker? If you're in a bad situation that you would like to get out of and somebody helps you get out of that situation into a better situation, are you then being suckered? Could we have a vote on that? You are being suckered if wait, don't vote yet. If somebody helps you get out of a situation that's bad for you and helps get you into a situation that's good for you, you think that that's a good thing. If somebody helps you get out of a situation that's bad for you and helps you get into a situation that's good for you, then that means that they just suckered you. They suckering her. Rock Nation is suckering her by forcing her to get into a better contract. Rock Nation is just looking out for her best interests, and the company that she was with should have gave her a better contract off of the rip. Could we have a vote, please? Yeah, the label didn't help Bobby Shmurda. That was crazy. I think Rock Nation's big thing is giving people ownership of their masters. I don't know that to be true, but that's what they've been saying ever since Rock Nation came about. So I don't know if she has ownership of her masters, but Rock Nation has actively been talking about how they want to give her ownership of the masters. And she can't sign the Rock Nation. She's already signed the 300. All right, let's get to the rest of this damn article real quick. Rock Nation let you eat. That's all I've heard. All I've heard about Rock Nation is doing their people good. That's all I know. So if you're coming in here saying anything other than that, I'm gonna have to assume that you don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. All I hear is Rock Nation do their artists well. That's what I hear. So I don't know what anybody is talking about. Our Rock Nation is trying to like do dirty shit. If I ever sign a bad contract, right? And your management, you find out my contract is bad, please let me know so we can get the fuck up out of there. Tiffany T says, wait, what's up, Tiffany T? I haven't seen you in years. Said also, Frost, like you said, if the judge was on her side, then obviously something ain't right with the contract. I thought that was. We're gonna get to that. Hold on. All right, so it goes on to say, as well as demanding that 306 cease all activity related to Megan's music until they get permission from 1501. The label also sent regular letters to CAA and, according to the source, to Puma and Live Nation as well, demanding a full and complete accounting of all of Megan's deals and insisting that it has the right to grant approval and permission to anything Megan is involved in. Like, they literally want a. She signed a 360. She signed a 360. I don't know what. She signed a 360. That's a 360. They get a piece of everything. Anyway, the plan now, the source says, is to put the album out on Friday as planned and deal with the situation as it unfolds. Megan confirmed this when she tweeted an album cover and track list for Suge Sugar, along with a March 6th release date on Wednesday afternoon. For everybody that don't know, here go the tweet right here. I'll show you the tweet. If they let me show the tweet. Not now. And why is this white? My shit is dark. Anyway. Maybe because I'm not on my official jump off. So this is what she posted the other day, album stuff. But before we go any further, I just want y'all to understand something. They're saying that she has to make 4 albums before she could get out of her contract. But at the same time, they're not allowing her to drop albums. Like, do you understand? Like, what the hell? Like, I'm gonna say that again. She can't get out of her contract until she dropped 4 albums. They're not even allowing her to drop 1 album. Okay, so this isn't a 360 deal that she signed. If this isn't a 360 deal that she signed, and what they're doing when they go into all of these people, they're literally doing if she did not sign a 360 deal, they don't get a piece of everything that she do. That's that as far as I know. I could be wrong, but as far as I know. Anyway, it goes on to say, Complex obtained a copy of Megan Thee Stallion's original contract with 1501. Now, every single thing that we're going to go on and read from here, Complex got the official contract from 1501. Salute to Complex and salute to Sean Sataro. Complex obtained a copy of Megan Thee Stallion's original contract with 1501. Contrary to Crawford's claim in Billboard that Megan owns parts of her masters, the contract says that 1501 hereby is the owner from inception of each master's recording. To the extent that artist may be found to be the owner or author of any master recordings, artist hereby irrevocably assigns to company all of the artist's rights for such master recordings. She doesn't own anything of anything. She doesn't own anything that she's doing, putting out, making, nothing. She owns nothing of it. They own all her masters. That's what the contract says. She doesn't know that her contract says that because she's saying the opposite. So if it could be proven that they misled her into signing a contract that had different wording in it and they misled her on what was in the contract, she has legal ground. Like, no, she doesn't own her name and she doesn't own Hot Girl Summer. That's a fact. Shout out to Jessica for pointing that out. I think somebody said that earlier too. It goes on to say the label also takes half of her publishing and undivided 50% interest to each composition and puts itself in charge of administering it as well. So basically, like, you know how music be in movies and shit like that? She can't even choose what they choose. No, we're not talking about this is literally 1501's contract with her. How are you talking about what 300 owns and don't own? Illuminated Negro. Negro, a light of minority. This is literally the 1501 contract. I can't tell you what's in the 300 contract. I don't have those specs in front of me, but I do got the specs from the contract with 1501. I know Sean Satoro. He's not gonna bullshit on no fucking article. No, that's not Meg's. So if anybody ever tricks anyone with words, that means that they're illiterate. Got network. Hold on, let's stop for a minute. So got network. So that means that if anybody ever tricks anybody with words, that means that the person that was tricked is illiterate. So nobody on the face of the planet has ever got tricked with words that wasn't illiterate. Is that what you're saying, got network? Because that's what it sounds like you're saying. So the only way that y'all could defend the label 1501 is by saying shit that's absolutely insane. That's the only way that y'all could defend 1501 is by saying shit that's absolutely insane. Rio says she signed a production deal, not a artist deal. You talking about with Lyric Jones said, "Why are you guys arguing when I'm reading the contract?" Because this is the BBN network. So you have people that just come in here and their whole thing is to make it sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. And on different days, it's different people. I'm just telling you how the BBN network go, man. You got people that their whole thing is that it don't matter what I say. Although these particular individuals just might believe that Megan Thee Stallion is wrong, in all fairness. The label also takes half of her publishing and undivided 50% interest to each composition. God dang it. And put itself in charge of administering it well. In addition, there's a clause where Megan could be fined if she's late to publicity sessions, recording sessions, or appearances. It's a clause that has actually been executed, Complex is told. First of all, a lot of artists has these things in their contract. I'm not against you got to be on time to work. So if they docking you pay for not being on time to work, I'm not going to argue that. You should have been on time. What the fuck, yo? Anyway, another part of the deal is that the label gets 30% of live performance money and all expenses for the concert comes from Megan's share. I'm going to read that again because, 1501, they're upstanding guys. 1501 is upstanding guys. Upstanding. So let me read this again to you real quick. Another part of the deal is that the label gets 30% of live performance money and all expenses for the concert comes from Megan's share. Hold on, who thinks that's fair? Can we get a show of hands? You think that's fair? You think that's some bullshit? Can we get a vote real quick? You think that's fair? You think that's some bullshit? Nobody, stop calling the lady stupid. I don't think she's playing stupid. You telling me that nobody's never got tricked into anything, Got Network. That's why you're about to. Hey, anybody here tired of Got Network's bullshit? I read that part real quick. Real quick. Another part of the deal is that the label gets 30% of live performance money, but to put on the show, right? To put on the show, she has to pay for everything, but they still get 30%. Focus Sports believes that Got Network is asking valid questions. Okay. I'm not talking about his questions. I'm talking about his insistence on insulting her. You know how we feel about people insulting people in here, especially people. You know how we feel about people insulting people. I'm not talking about his questions. I'm talking about his insults. He keeps calling her stupid. How is that not being disrespectful? So, loving Aries, you don't think somebody calling somebody else stupid is being disrespectful? Yo, just so everybody can know for future reference, nobody in here is allowed to call anybody stupid except for Loving Aries, because Loving Aries doesn't think that calling somebody stupid is anything wrong with that. They don't consider that to be an insult. So the only person that on this channel that's allowed to be called stupid is Loving Aries. Just so we could be clear. Thank you for saying naive, Mr. Dat. Thank you for saying naive. Not insulting, but basically saying the same exact thing. Of course, he's insulting and trying to talk down. I'm not stupid. I'm agreeing with you, Brooklyn. I'm saying the other person that was saying what they were saying is like, what are you talking about? But Loving Aries don't think calling somebody stupid or insulting somebody's intelligence, they don't think that that's anything wrong. So Loving Aries is the only person on this channel that you are allowed to insult intelligence and call stupid, because they obviously think that there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not mad. Hold on. Do I look mad, y'all? You know what? I'm just gonna kick you for saying I look mad. Yo, can we get bags? I hate when people try to push your buttons by say that you're something that you're not. So I'm never putting up with that. So anybody else that want to get kicked, let me know. We good. The funny part is it's enough money for everybody. You're right. Can we get bags? Shout out to Rashard Bourne. Shout out to Compton. That's a fact. Salute. Let's get some bags down here. There's a ton of people here that agree with Got Network. I'm just saying, stop trying to insult her. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't have your position. I'm fine with you having your position. Just stop trying to call her stupid. We're not doing that. We don't want that energy. Copy? I'm so mad. I'm getting too old for this shit. Hold on. Can we get a break real quick? Hold on. I love this shit. I like the other one better. I'm getting too old for this shit. I love that shit, yo. I love that shit. Shout out to Manny Miz with the $9.99 drop. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you. I love that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Oh man. Hold on. Okay, so y'all just going back and forth. I love you guys. I love my team. My team is so dope. All right, so let's get back on track. Let's get back on what we talking about. Shout out to Sean Sataro once again. That's that dude. Don't let nobody tell you different. I don't have the slightest idea where I put it. I put it here. Put it here. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen real quick. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. This contract is not a good contract. What's gonna happen is after this contract get turned over, or if something like that happens, there's going to be other people that do business with these guys that are going to be going back to the table to try to get their contracts renegotiated. That's why they cannot allow for Megan to renegotiate her contract. I like calling her Megan. I think that's dope. I like that name now. That's why they can't allow for Megan to renegotiate her contract. Get it? Because if they allow for her to renegotiate her contract, the other individuals, and then also we don't know how they wanted to renegotiate the contract. On top of that, we don't know what she wanted taken out of the contract, what she might have wanted to put it in the contract. We don't know if the renegotiating of the contract also implied that they had to give her more money. You know what I'm saying? That they might be owed. Everybody keeps saying that she owed them $2 million, right? I keep seeing that pop up. They made $7.3 million and paid her $15,000 off of the recordings. Or for the recordings, they made $7.3 million and paid her $15,000. I don't know how she hasn't paid off the $2 million already, just off of the script for that. Just off the strength of that, renegotiation will open Pandora's box. Exactly. And that's what they're fighting against. She might have wanted to split the production costs. That's a fact. I'm not mad at them getting 30 off of her live performances. I'm saying how are you getting 30 off of the live performances, but I'm paying for all of the that's the part I don't get. That's the part that I don't consider to be fair as far as that aspect of the contract. Just because somebody signed a contract, that don't mean if somebody signed a contract and they didn't know that in that contract it said that if somebody got sick, they had to give them their one and only liver and die. Then what are you gonna say? Yeah, you gotta honor that contract. You signed it. That's what you're gonna say, right? If somebody signs a contract without knowing it says that somebody else gets to have their firstborn, but they didn't know that it said that in the contract because it was worded in a way that they didn't understand, and their firstborn is here, and then they gotta get a kid away. I think sometimes people don't talk. I mean, people don't listen when they talk. That's what I think actually happens. Okay, once again, if this contract was the contract that was 8, 9, 10, 20 years ago, I don't know if we're having this conversation because there was contracts that were worse back in the 90s. I'm saying we're in 2020 and this contract can't exist. That's what I'm saying. So by saying, well, if it was 1830, by bringing up what happened in 1920, by bringing up what happened in the disco era, that has no relevance on this contract or what's going on right now. The label doesn't have any incentive, and that's why they had to go to court. The label has no incentive to renegotiate. Zero. And that's why they went to court. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to court to get out of the contract. They're going to court to hope that they could get the contract renegotiated. And I think that that's what's lost on a lot of people that keep saying that she's trying to sign the Roc Nation. She might just literally be trying to get her contract renegotiated. Because if they were so scared that she might leave and go to Roc Nation, why didn't they just renegotiate her contract? Oh man, she's gonna leave and go to Roc Nation. Word, how you know? She trying to renegotiate her contract. Once she renegotiates her contract, she still got to drop 4 albums for us, right? Yeah. Okay, let's renegotiate a contract. Because if we don't, they're gonna take us to court and she might be able to get out of her contract. Why would we even risk that? She made them $7.3 million so far and that's just off of the recordings. That's no money. She made them $7.3 million already. That's no money? That's no money. How much money does she have to make for them? And how much money does she have to not make in order for it to be okay? So basically, they made $7.3 million and paid her $12,000 out of the $7.3 million. But there's people in here that think that she got too much money. Or that, what the hell? Yeah, she paid for her own expenses for certain things. All right, so hold on. Complex obtained a copy of Meg Thee Stallion's original contract from 1501. Contrary to Crawford's claim in Billboard that Megan owns parts of her masters, Crawford is saying that Megan owns parts of her masters. The contract says that 1501 hereby is the owner from inception of each master recording to the extent that artists may be found to be the owner or author of any master recordings. Artists hereby irrevocably assigns to company all artist rights in such master recordings. I think they own all rights to anything she's done, period. Even the shit that she's did before she signed with them. I think that's what that's saying. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, it says the label also takes half of her publishing, an undivided 50% interest to each composition, and puts itself in charge of administering it as well. In addition, there's a clause where Megan can be fined if she's late to publicity sessions, recording sessions, or appearances. I'm 100 with that. Stop being late. It's a clause that's actually been exercised, Complex is told. Now, there's another part of the deal, right? Another part of the deal is that the label gets 30% of all live performances, and all expenses for the concerts come from Megan's share. And despite the fact that any tours must be approved by 1501, the contract includes language that the company is not licensed talent agency and is under no obligation to procure employment for Megan. The talent agent language is likely there to get around licensing qualification for talent agents in Texas. So they're like, nah, we're going to get a certain percentage of your tour, but we're not going to help you do your tours. We're not going to line you up to be on tour. But if you happen to go on tour, we got to get our 30%. All right, get out of here. Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. They kick her right out. And y'all think this is fair? Yes, there is a law about fair dealings when it comes to contracts. The people in here that keep saying that you have to sign a contract and no matter what's in that contract, you got to live out the life of that contract, they don't know about this law. And they charge her 50% interest on her publishing. That's crazy. Oh, I've explained 360s a ton of times. We're not doing it explaining the 360s today, but I explained 360s a ton of times. I hate 360s. Now, I don't know if they were actually booking her concerts. They could have been booking her concerts. Let's just be clear on that. It just says in the contract that they don't have any obligation to book her in on tour. Or that's what it says. But most likely they were helping her get booked. Let's just be honest. They still making 30%. No. I read the publishing part again one more time. Hold on. The label also takes half of her publishing and puts itself in. They take half of her publishing. An undivided 50% interest to each composition. Each individual composition. I don't know. I don't understand how y'all people are defending this shit. Anyway, another part of the deal was that the label gets 30% of live performance money and all expenses for the concerts come from Megan's share. And despite the fact that any tours must be approved by 1501, the contract includes language that the company is not a licensed talent agent and is under no obligation to procure management for Megan. The talent agent language is likely there to get around licensing qualifications for talent agents in Texas. The source close to the situation confirms Crawford's claim to Billboard for several months. Megan has been holding back money owed to 1501, but they claim that this is only being done until Crawford can provide full accounting. For 2 years, they have been collecting her money and she hasn't been paid. So hold on. So they've been collecting her money for 2 years. She hasn't been paid, and they're talking, and y'all keep talking about she owes them $2 million. Time out. They've been collecting. Let's go over this one real quick. They've been collecting her money for 2 years, and they've paid her nothing from this collected money because it says the source close to the situation confirms Crawford's claim to Billboard that for several months Megan has been holding back money owed to 1501, but they claim that this is only being done until Crawford can provide a full accounting. For 2 years, they've been collecting money. They've been collecting her money, and she hasn't been paid. They explained to Complex they're not paying her or submitting statements to her. So she's working. They're collecting money. They're giving her no money, and they also aren't telling her how much money they collected or how much of that money is supposed to be her. Now, y'all right. No, 1501. No, 1501 is, that's an upstanding company. This is one of the best contracts ever. What is she complaining about? She's just working for actual free. The RNMG, I'm gonna call you the R. No, I'm not calling you that. I'm gonna call you Ringer. I'm gonna call you the Ringer. That's what I'm gonna call you. So you're saying that if you work somewhere, they have the right to get the money that they're supposed to pay you, not pay it to you, and then also not tell you how much money they're supposed to pay to you? I don't understand how that works. Y'all literally saying that, like, I don't know where you work at right now, Mr. RNG, Mr. RN, the Ringer, but you're trying to say that your boss has the right to let you work all week, or I don't know, all 2 weeks or all month, right? And then after you work all of this time, he don't gotta pay you, and he don't gotta tell you what he's supposed to be paying you. He don't gotta do none of that. No, we're talking about. So since she got her royalties and her quarterly, she's not supposed to get her other money. So since they pay her some of her money, they don't have to pay her the rest of her money. They could just keep it. Do y'all listening to what y'all saying? No. Once again, hold on. Y'all don't. You know what it is? I think y'all really not listening. Oh, Reserve Notes Music Group. Man, I'm not. He said I'm not the ringer. I'm calling you the ringer. I'm not saying all that shit. I'm gonna have to remember what each one of them damn letters stand for. I'm not doing that. You the ringer. Live with it. So hold on. No, I already know the music industry is different. I've been explaining how 360s work for the longest. You should have put some dots there, homeboy. I would have still called you the ringer. I was gonna throw that out there, but you should have put the damn dots. Anyway, I don't think you could have put the dots because it's a name. I'm just laughing at shit at this point. Okay, so just so we could be clear, the money that she collects is when she does her tour, when she goes and does a show, right? I think that's the money that she's talking about. She's collecting the money that when she does a show. The money that's coming off of her streams, the money that's coming off of her merch being sold, the money that's coming off of her album, the album sales, or however they want to quantify that, they're keeping all of that. That's how come they got 7.3 million. She's saying they're not paying her out of the 7.3 million that they have that they're supposed to be paying her. So when she does shows, she's not paying them. I don't understand how you can be confused about what I said. I don't know how you could be confused about what I said. Shout out to Rue Jones with the $5 drop and the no comment. I think Rue Jones is here to play. Dude, once again, what did I say earlier? You want to know what these record labels do? They make you owe them, then they don't give you any money, so you can't go nowhere. So you're basically saying the exact same thing that I'm saying that that they're doing. And I say all record labels do this damn year. So you're literally the ringer since you're new here. You don't know that I've already had these conversations. Yeah, I'm not arguing how labels work. Thank you, Lyric Jones. Thank you also, Your Life. Oh, you're not new? You just got in the video copy. All right. Respect the ringer. That's your name now. You need to get a nameplate, a name badge on all your clothes that says the ringer. Hold on. um, I think that I'm explaining this pretty well. I don't even understand what the argument is, other than the ringer is a probably a record label of their own, and they do similar practices, so they're just in here defending themselves. So let's not call people out of their name. Other than that, let's go. James, shout out to James S with the 502. He says, when you go to someone's house, you greet them. This is Frost's house. Greet him with a like. Appreciate you, James S. With the petty drive. James S with the 502. Petty drive. He said, Rue Jones, you think you the man. But you're not the man, Rue Jones, because I've been the man since the inception of the earth, when the dirt came about. And God said, let there be light. He was like, let there be light. And James S. This is the shit talk that James S is doing to Rue Jones right now. Oh man. I don't know about the stream sales so far, but we're gonna assume that she should have made some money off of it. While they made 7.3 million, I believe that that they're saying that they only got 15,000 out of it. I don't think any record label once their books opened. I think at this point they should just renegotiate her contract and shut the fuck up. Part of my language, but that's what I think they should do. She has over 1 billion streams, yo. I know, I already said that. Your life, she has over 1 billion streams. That shit is crazy. No, her advance was actually 50,000. I think her advance was actually 50,000. Her advance, I believe her advance was like 50,000. That would be petty. Kendu said, let's start the 1501 drive on behalf of Carl Crawford and the 1501 records. That'd be so petty. Shout out to Black Wolf. He said, I agree with James S.'s comment with the petty drive of $5.05. Let me reread James comment. He said, when you go to someone's house and you greet them, this is Force House. Greet them with a like. That's a whole fact. We got these other guys putting ding dong ditching. We got 8 ding dong ditches. They ringing my bell and running. Okay, hold on. So Focus Sports says she got a $15,000 advance. She got 200K plus 50K from. Oh, the 50K was from 300. Salute to the 300. Yo, I don't know. I don't hear nothing bad about 300. Is that Leo Cohen's label? Salute the 300. Salute to 300 all the way. Shout out to Rue Jones with the $10 drop. He said BBN for life, my bro James S. Rue Jones just took it to the next tier. He said, you know what? We playing these games with these $5 petty wars. He's taking it to the $10. He said, let's see who want to come to the deep end. 300 is the distribution. 300 is not Leo. He runs it. All right. I just want to be sure about that. Appreciate you. I don't know. Y'all just coming here with just no consonant. I mean, all consonants. No damn, no damn vowels in y'all names. I'm calling you 365. How about that? 365. Got Network says advances, loans, sample clearances, promotion, getting records on radio and other platforms, shows, clothing, living experiences that all. Okay, so she's paying for most of that out of her own pocket. By the way, just gonna throw that out there. Most of that stuff that you just named in the contract, they say that she's paying for that out of her own pocket. So I just want to just throw that out there so you can know that they're not paying for her living expenses. Hold on, they're not paying for her living expenses. I don't believe they're paying for her clothes. They absolutely are not paying for her shows. She has to pay 100% for all of her shows. So yeah, you might be a little bit. Susan Bortz-Bradell with the $15.02. She said, because there's no way I'll ever be standing with Cole Crawford. 15. That's petty. That's petty. Black Wolf with the $20 job. He said, bong, whole lot, all the smoke. He walked in dropping them damn, you know them shits that Batman got that he throw on the floor and then smoke comes up and he disappeared? That's how Black Wolf is walking around. He throwing them bitches everywhere, just popping up. They're putting a lot of misinformation in the chat. I don't know. I don't have the slightest idea. I'm trying to read some of it, but but I'm not trying to really pay too much attention. Shout out to Mr. Dap with the 2222 drop. For everybody that don't know, Mr. Dap birthday just passed February 22nd. Salute the brother. Could we get some birthday candles and we get some birthday birthday shit in general? Could we just get birthday shit in the chat, please? Mr. Dap says, leverage is everything. If you want a better contract, build your own brand before you sign, i.e. Griselda. Let's not act like an artist wouldn't take the money immediately because they have bills to pay and realize they're effed up. This is my point. My point isn't that she signed the contract initially and the contract initially was a bad contract. Almost all first contracts are bad contracts. You have no ground you don't have nowhere to go. Almost all contracts are bad. My argument is when she came to renegotiate the contract, they were supposed to have a dialogue. They wasn't supposed to just be like, we not renegotiating shit. Get out of here, kid. Kick rocks. Bang. Kick it out the door. That's what I'm saying. Just so we could be clear. They were supposed to renegotiate that contract. They had her in that effed up contract for 2 years. They made a shitload of money off of her. Renegotiate the contract. We're going to move forward and keep making money. They also are not giving her a proper accounting. That's a fact. That's a big problem. That's probably why the judge is allowing for the shit going on. The judge is gonna allow for her to drop the album in the first place That most likely had to do with the fact that right there. T. Ferris is the culprit. First of all, Carl Crawford blamed everything on T. Ferris. He said he wrote the contract. Anyway, let's keep going. Crawford's attorney. Oh, that's it. I'm gonna read this last paragraph again. The source close to the situation confirms Crawford's claim to Billboard that for several months Megan has been holding back. This is Megan's people, by the way. That's confirming she's been holding the money back. Holding money back owed to 1501, but they claim that is only being done until Crawford can provide a full accounting. For 2 years, they've been collecting her money and she hasn't been paid. I don't care what y'all. You can't tell me that somebody could be collecting your money for 2 years and not pay you, and that's okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Exactly, Lyric Jones. Lyric Jones has a great point. If Ferris wrote it, why won't Carl change it? Clout King Media says nobody gonna want to sign with them if they don't fix this. What y'all think? I agree. They're gonna have problems signing people. T. Ferris works for the Rock Nation. That's why he's blaming it on them. So wait, hold on. So is Rock Nation going out there? Well, he works for Rock Nation now. He probably didn't work for Rock Nation when the situation happened. And we're not calling Rock Nation that Go Boys. We're not doing that. Come on. You know we don't call people names. I'm just gonna delete the comment. You know we don't call people names. Come on, my brother. God Network is determined to insult Megan's intelligence. I think God Network is 1501. I think God Network is 150 motherfucking one or associated with them because he is dead set on insulting Megan. He's sitting over there right now figuring out ways that he can insult Megan slickly. He just called us stupid again. Oh man, yo, this dude. Y'all read that comment? Read that comment. I'm gonna read this comment again. This guy, I'm not gonna kick you on me. You too much fun. Just come on, stop. He says, we are just trying to see each other's point of view and glean information. I agree. And then after he says this really good comment, this really good sentence, the very next sentence reads, I don't know about Meg, but I do know about good business and lack thereof. Yo, my dude, I swear, man, if you need to, we need to work together. We need to work together writing a script for a television show or something. We need to work. Because I've been putting some scripts together, but I need somebody to work with. We need to work together because my dude, I'm not even. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Um. Oh man. I'm not saying his statement ain't right. I'm just saying, I think he's sitting around wherever the fuck he's at. Shout out to you though. He's probably at work. And he's probably behind a big ass desk, okay? So he's sitting at work behind a desk, waiting for tell some employees off, get back to work, get off my lawn. I don't know what he's doing over there. But he's sitting there, he's just trying to quantify how could I insult Megan intelligence and it be slick enough that you can't get mad at me. I like you, Got Network. I like you a lot. I don't like you that way, but I like you. I like you a lot. Um. Okay, so we're gonna move to this next article that Sean Sataro wrote once again. Shout out to Sean Sataro and Complex. Yo, all of his articles that I've read from him so far has been great reads. Y'all gotta go check out the homie. It's a whole fact. Sean Sataro. Um, uh, the article's name is Meg Thee Stallion label attempts to stop the release of her new project, Suge, denied by judge. Okay, so before we even go any further, the simple fact that the judge made a court ruling saying that she's allowed to drop her music on Friday, it kind of shows proof that she has ground to stand on, if not nothing else. Because if she would have came in there and she would have, and her old lawyers would have had a bullshit ass argument and no ground to stand on, they would have got laughed out of court, and the judge would have been like, I ain't got time for this shit. The judge would have been like, I'm getting too old for this shit. Get them out of here. If she didn't have any ground to stand on. Do y'all understand this? What's up, world famous Peter? If she had no ground to stand on, they would have been kicking her dead out. Like, get out of here. We ain't got time for your mess. Shout out to oh, that was for last night. I called that out already. Copy. If she didn't have a ground to stand on, if she had no ground to stand on, her album would not be getting released on Friday. Go Boy said Meg should have worn a neck brace to court. Her releasing new music does not change her contract, but her releasing new music puts an album out, so now she's only gonna owe 3. Somebody said something. I wanted to read it. I don't think she's claiming poverty. I'm not going to read that comment because that comment has nothing to do with common sense. He told Carl we going to party. They came back. She's Rock Nation. So Carl and them felt a way about it from jump. So this was going to go bad regardless. Yeah. I'm gonna assume no record label or nobody in the music industry that is not Rock Nation wants Rock Nation in their business. Okay, so Got Network and Focus Sports are friends. Shout out to y'all guys. Y'all gonna go have a coffee after this? Once again, I'm gonna explain this once again. Signing a bad first contract is common. You want to know what else is common? The artist going back to the record label and asking to be renegotiated. These are common things. Y'all acting like contracts don't get renegotiated. The business is, what if this is all just a rollout? You think they went and got the freaking courts involved in this? They got the courts involved in their business matters as a rollout? The business? I mean, look what Treyway was. Look what Tekashi and them was doing, right? I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it says Meg Thee Stallion's new project, Sugar, is coming out. On Tuesday, Carl Crawford, the head of Megan's label, 1501 Certified Entertainment. Wait. Let me make sure I'm not reading the whole upper article. All right. 15 certified On Tuesday, Carl Crawford, the head of Megan's label, 1501 Certified Entertainment, filed an emergency motion to dissolve the temporary restraining order that allowed Megan to release her upcoming project against his wishes. Late Wednesday, the District Court Judge Bew A. Miller, shout out to Bo A. Miller. Shout out to Bo Miller, right? Is it Bo or Bew? This is pronounced Bo, right? That's pronounced Bo, right? That's Bo, right? Beau. That's pronounced Bo, I think, right? It's like Cajun or something. Anyway, shout out to Judge Bo Miller. If we gonna drag all these police officers and these BS in words for the effery that they do, let's also clap it up when law enforcement does the right thing. When the judicial system does what we consider to be fair, let's also clap it up. So go boys, I pronounced that the right way. Let's also clap it up. So shout out to Bo Miller for denying Crawford's motion. Miller order states that the album at issue may be dropped for distribution beginning March 6, 2020. In addition, Miller specifically mentioned Rap-A-Lot Records had J Prince. In addition, Miller specifically mentioned Rap-A-Lot Records head Jay Prince, who has publicly been on Crawford's side during this dispute with Megan, and who Megan and her legal team accuses of making threatening social media posts. Miller's orders say Mr. Prince shall refrain from threatening or posting threatening or retaliatory social media posts or threats against Megan, her agents, or her representatives. And in a week, that found Crawford going to the press and Megan readying for a new project promo run. The judge took pains to say that both sides are prohibited from communicating with the media concerning the underlying issues in this case without court approval. Issues. I'm gonna assume that this contract is really bad. Yo, he just put a restraining order on people talking about the fucking contract. Is that how common is that? How common is that somebody has a contract dispute and the judge says, you know what? I don't even want y'all talking about this. How common is that? I don't think that's common. That's normal? Okay, good. Okay. We're not even talking about an NDA. Okay, so the individual that we think is part of 1501's records, the ringer, he says that's common. It's probably common. It probably is common though, but we're gonna take that as it's common because we're not gonna say we're gonna say that's common. Okay, so that's common. They don't want nobody talking about the contract. That's common. Anyway, issues between Megan and 1501 came public over the weekend when Megan took to Instagram to say that Crawford was holding her back from releasing new music. That issue exploded when Megan filed a lawsuit against Crawford and the label on Monday. That's the end of the article. Shout out to Sean Sataro. Go check out the article for yourself. Give it a breeze. Go check out some of these ads on this article also. Shout out to Sean Sataro right there and Complex. Oh, you work with Trippie Redd and FBG? That's what it is. Shout out to Trippie Redd and FBG. Yo, so hold on, Ringer. How long have you been frequenting on the BBN? I'm just curious. And you work with all of these people, but you don't got a green name? What's up? What's up, homie? How you don't got a green name? Anyway, how Focus Sports don't got a green name? Anyway, oh, wait, the Ringer said Jay Prince making threats is good business. I don't know. I'm gonna stay away from that, right? The label had the power at first. Now she does. That's why she wants to renegotiate. That's a fact. Now she wants to fulfill what she needs to fulfill what she obligated herself to. I think that they just need to renegotiate the contract. I think the contract since the first Snow Billy, shout out to that. I think they need to renegotiate the contract. Period. I don't think that she should be let out of her contract. I think they need to renegotiate the contract. I worked for people who I didn't get along with and had a good working relationship after, the whatever. I think they just need to renegotiate the contract. Mick Good says the gag order is just to give both parties enough time to look for discrepancies on their claim or argument. Copy. So it's common. And show her the books. They're not showing her the books. See, I'm assuming that that's common. That people don't show people the books unless you probably ask, right? But she's also not getting any money. So yeah, they probably got the money in escrow, right? And while it's in escrow, it's making them money, right? So they're not paying her money that they might not pay her. But even if they do pay her that money, they're going to put the money in escrow and make a grip off of it first. Right? This seems like something that could have just been fixed with a clear back and forth understanding about what we are doing because this is how the music industry works type of thing. They're going to have to show the judge the books. What you talking about? Homeboy's been giving his opinion on everything I've been saying. You haven't been paying attention? Got network? Rewatch the video. I think Meg had no choice but to go public. What up, Bad Lungs? I think she had no choice but to go public. If she don't go public, she gonna get out that contract. There's no way she getting out of that contract. Once again, it's not everybody keep talking about she signed this contract, she signed that contract. You do know that you sign most contracts with the understanding that at some point you are going to renegotiate, right? Y'all do know this, right? Y'all do know that? You sign most contracts with the understanding that you will renegotiate. The best example that I could give is sports. Literally sports. No, I haven't seen Jay Prince's response. Somebody DM it to me. Hey yo, the ringer. Hit DM me. That's my IG. DM me, the ringer. I wanna talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about something else. DM me, the ringer. I appreciate that. No, most people renegotiate their contracts. All right, that's what it is, God Network. The only way to renegotiate is if both parties are willing, obviously. What are you doing? You're just gonna hold on. So Shelly Dsaw is now just gonna state the obvious. You know, you can't renegotiate a contract unless both people agree to it. You can't make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without something to put the peanut butter and jelly on, like bread. You just say obvious shit. You know, the sun rises every day. This is how Shelly Dawson talks. You know, just pointing out shit that's obvious. Yo, you know, Jack Frost got on great. Just pointing out obvious shit, said Shelly. Of course, you can't renegotiate unless both sides are willing. What are you talking about? I love the fact you wrote that though. So don't. I'm not angry at you. I love the fact that you wrote that. Okay, I like when people come in and say shit I can make fun of. Don't take it personal. Um, Focus Sports is facts. This is like a rookie not wanting to wait 4 years to get out of his rookie deal. They want the big payday to fill your obligation first. First of all, many contracts, many teams renegotiate their contracts that people signed when they were rookies because those people came in and overperformed. There's an argument could be made that Megan overperformed and she deserves a renegotiation. Yeah, that's what she say. She say shit like that. Shelly be like, the sky is blue without the clouds. Oh shit. So I've been talking to you, my nigga. Y'all been talking to this dude. You DM me before. Salute. Oh man, yeah, you ain't new, nigga. It's part of my language. Yeah, you ain't new. That's not true. You can renegotiate contracts. I'm not 100% sure about the NFL, but people renegotiate their rookie contracts. I don't know if they changed that in sports or whatever, but if you overperform, you could renegotiate your contract, man. Especially in something like football, you could just hold out. What the fuck you gonna do? I'm not coming to training camp. What are you talking about? But let me look more up on the contracts in the sports. They might have changed them, and you might actually be accurate, and I could be wrong on this. Could we get a clap? Could we clap it up for Sean Sataro, by the way? Could we give a hand to Complex and Sean Sataro? Could we get some, and no slow claps, real claps? Could we if I see one of y'all mofos slow clap, I'm gonna put you on a timeout. Could we get some claps here? Could we clap it up for Sean Sataro and Complex? Especially every single person that was commenting on the actual stuff I was talking about. What's up, Carlos Amante? Haven't seen you in a while, my brother. These rookies who got extensions in baseball before even playing in the MLB game. Thank you, Carlos Amante. Thank you very much. That's basically what I'm be talking about. But people just come here to just say Jack Fraud's got to be wrong about something, so I'm just gonna say everything. He's wrong about everything. If I say he's wrong about everything, I'm gonna get one of them right. That's how people come here. Definitely clap it up for Complex and Sean Sataro. Um, Sorry about that. Shout out to Carlos Amante with the 199 drop. I was like, yo, Carlos, you ain't been here in a while. Motherfucker said, oh, man, frauds. Let me see what I got in my pockets. He donated 199. Shout out to the 199 drop, man. They should have renegotiated. Yo, Ice Cube, to get his contract renegotiated, he had to roll up in there with a baseball bat, busting shit up. That's how he got his contract renegotiated. He went in there and went ape shit. Maybe that's what she should have did. Came in there twerking and shit with a baseball bat. Megan should have went into this with like to go when she's going to renegotiate her contract. She show up twerking and shit. They got fucking smoke the smoke machines going off. The guy, you don't know what the fuck is happening. His door flies open, boom, smoke comes through the door. Megan comes in there with the baseball bat twerking. I'm telling you, that should be hilarious. That should be the next Saturday Night Live skit. Saturday Night Live, y'all need to do that skit. Y'all need to get Megan on your show to perform and then have her do that skit. I want to show y'all something real quick. We changing the subject real quick. Matter of fact, we're not gonna do that. We might maybe tonight. Maybe tonight on the Tonight Show, I'll do it. I'm not gonna do it right now. All right, so somebody sent me the post from Jay Prince. So Jay Prince posted this. Yo, don't Carl Crawford look like CIA Chris? Carl Crawford might be CIA Chris's long lost relative, yo. Don't Carl Crawford look like Carl Crawford's an ex-baseball player, by the way. Don't he look like CIA Chris? Shout out to Joe Buttons for just dropping something. And Willie D. He look like CIA Chris, yo. Am I lying? Hold on, could we get a vote real quick? Who think Carl Crawford? That's Carl Crawford. This is CEO Chris. That's CEO Chris. This is Carl Crawford. I'm not trusting not near dude that look like these guys. All of these guys. Everybody that looks like that, I'm not trusting none of you. No, Carl Crawford is rich. He's already paid. He actually signed it like a huge contract. Yeah, I think he had a $100 million contract at one point. He's paid. Yeah, he was getting MLB money. That's a whole fact. That's crazy. These motherfuckers look dead alike. Hold on, let me I'm gonna read what Jay Prince posted. Jay Prince posted last paragraph from previous posts. Okay, so there's two posts. Hold on, let me go to the first post because he had a lot to say. He says, breaking news alert, we have a problem. Megan, along with Rock Nation employee, whatever that is, decided to include my name in a lawsuit wrapped around lies and stupidity. God dang it. I'm telling you, whoever that is in here that keeps calling Megan Thee Stallion stupid, they know these guys. A lawsuit wrapped around lies. Y'all be surprised at some of the people that be in the chat some days. Y'all just be surprised. Only reason why I know because they be hitting me sometimes. Y'all be surprised who be in the chat some days. Now let's deal with the root of the issue. The root is a familiar one for me, coming from a successful independent record label perspective. We as independent record labels make many sacrifices along with our artists. That's a fact. After we do all the hard work together with the artists, it's known fact that major record labels and established managers attempt to poach the fruits of our labor. For everybody that don't know, Jay Prince used to actually be the manager for Floyd Mayweather Jr. So he feels a way about people coming and stealing talent. He said Trippy was in here watching 6ix9ine videos on the low. Salute the Trippy Red, yo. Salute the Trippy. Yo, tell Trippy to holler at the nigga. What the fuck, yo? Anyway, it goes on to say, one of the first things they do is criticize the deal. One of the first things they do is criticize the deal that raised the artists from the dead. These record labels and managers don't want shit to do with these artists until the hard work, risk, sacrifices, and resources have been spent by the little guys. I'm agreeing. I don't think he has said anything wrong yet. This is the same technique of culture vultures. See how he hasn't said anything wrong yet. Yo, nothing wrong. He said nothing wrong yet. I don't allow this. Oh, I'll read the previous sentence first. This is the same technique of the culture vultures. I don't allow this to happen to me when New York and LA record labels attempted to take my artists, so they labeled me as malicious or fighting back. I don't allow it then, so I damn sure ain't gonna allow it to happen to 1501 Records or any of the other independent labels that I'm associated with. For the record, we have no problem with negotiating with Megan, but we do have a problem with dictators. Before I read any more of what he said, once again, my issue was never the initial contract. My issue has been not renegotiating. Did you just hear what he said? First of all, he said we. So he's obviously part of 1501. That's one. That's one. He said we. He's obviously part of 1501. He has a stake in that company, right? He has a stake in that company. He said we. He literally says we. The sentence is, for the record, we have no problem. For the record, we have no problem with negotiating, with Megan, but we do have a problem with dictators. I find it very interesting that Rock Nation would allow their employee to sign an affidavit and statement full of slanderous lies on my methods of doing business when we have partnered together on several occasions. I don't think Jay-Z is aware of this, but only time will tell. Megan, even though she signed an affidavit, talked down and lied in court documents on me. I understand how lawyers brainwash artists to milk them out of funds in lawsuits that they know they can't win. That's a fact. Look, just so we could be clear, Jay Prince has not said anything that is factually inaccurate. He married Evelyn Lozado? What the fuck he did that for? I digress. So, just so we could be clear, he hasn't said anything wrong yet. Jay Prince has not said a lie. He's said accusations that we can't quantify yet. We don't know if those accusations are real or lies on his behalf. But as far as the other things that he's been talking, absent the accusations of slander, absent that, he hasn't said anything wrong. Hold on, let me finish reading this. Shout out to Jay Prince. He says, Megan, even though she signed an affidavit, talked down and lied in court documents. I understand how lawyers brainwash artists to milk them out of funds in lawsuits that they know they can't win. That's a fact. Megan seems to be up. That's another point where we need to find out who the lawyers are that's actually, when y'all guys get in trouble, when y'all rappers get in trouble, we need to find the lawyers out that are actually fighting. Because even if you're in a no-win situation, but you still want to fight, we need to know which lawyers is going to give you the best chance. So that's another reason why we need to go to court when things like the Treyway situation is happening. So we could find out which lawyers is actually in there trying to do their fucking job and which lawyers is just trying to make a buck and they don't really care what happens one way or the other. This is important. And with me saying that, shout out to Fasulo. He was Nuke's lawyer. Shout out to Fasulo. No, what they want, they're not talking. They're ready to negotiate their contract. So they already said. Jay Prince just said that they're ready to renegotiate the contract. He just said that. So for everybody that's talking about she has to live out the duration of that contract, Jay Prince just said that they were willing to renegotiate the contract. So everybody that's saying that she should just live out the life of the contract, you're wrong. The actual people involved in the situation that is on the negative end is saying that they're apt to renegotiate the contract. So anybody saying anything other than that, you're wrong. Every single person that has been in here talking about she has to do that contract and go to the end of that contract, you are wrong. Jay Prince himself has said that they are willing to renegotiate the contract. Why? Because contracts get renegotiated. They tried to block her music because they might not want the terms. They might not, the terms might be a problem. They just not going to take any jerk deals. That's right, the ringer. Rio said he's never wrong. Whatever. I just want to point that out for everybody that was like saying whatever they were saying. Yo, the stream is running a lot smoother now, right? We don't have that. We don't have that problem. Yo, we got 65 damn likes in here. Could y'all hit that like button, please? Could y'all please hit the like button? I can't even tell from the horses. Yo, your life said facts, Frost. Damn, you can't even tell it from the horse's mouth, and they believe you. They're just people here that they're not. If Jesus came down and proclamated something, and then I said the thing that he proclamated, they still going to try to find something wrong with the way that I said it in contrast with the way that he said it, even if I said it verbatim, the words and cadence. It don't matter, yo. You just got kicked and had to come back. Sorry that that happened, but I think that the stream, I'm not dropping any frames today. They wanted Carl to renegotiate to a one album deal. I don't think he should do that. I think he shouldn't renegotiate the album deal. That's a fact. I'm not biased to one side. Just because you don't like, just because a person doesn't like the way that I'm saying something, it doesn't change the thing that I'm saying to be wrong or even right. The Ringer says she's not going to be profitable for 3 albums. I kind of agree with you. Yo, keep it on. I kind of agree with you. I don't think she's going to be profitable for 3 albums. Because how long could you walk around doing Hot Girl summers? How many summers is that going to work? Anyway, Megan, even though she signed an affidavit, talked down and lied in the court documents on me. I understand how lawyers brainwash artists to milk them on funds and lawsuits, and they can't win when they know they can't win. Megan seems to be a perfect candidate for self-destruction. An artist in the music industry would testify that 40% profit share is a great deal, especially for an established artist that till this day has never delivered an album. The album that they're actively trying to prevent her from delivering, by the way. To end this, I give credit where credit is due. Megan, along with her mother, who evidently could read, negotiated a good deal. This is not a good deal. But my problem isn't the deal. My problem is the lack of renegotiating the deal. That's my issue, just so we can be clear. My issue is not the fact that whatever the deal is. My issue is now it's time to renegotiate. So hold on, the Ringer. So that's good. The Ringer said they getting 50% of publishing, bro. She getting like 10 to 15% after all the splits. So is that good? The Ringer? Could you just made a statement? Could you qualify that statement with whether it's good or bad? All her music is sampled. So she should want her contract renegotiated, the Ringer? So she should want her contract renegotiated, the Ringer? I'm asking. Thank you. A guy in the music industry is saying, hell yeah, she needs her contract renegotiated. So everybody else that isn't, or we don't know to be in the music industry, y'all think she should not have her contract renegotiated, right? She should just live that shit out. I'm biased though. I'm biased. Facts. Her mom lied to her and put her in a bad spot. Her mom probably didn't even understand contracts. The mom probably got gassed. Got tricked. I think they should have done this privately also, but at the end of the day, I think she tried to get the contract renegotiated. They told her no. She did what she did. A ton of people said that she shouldn't have a contract renegotiated, Mr. Dap. Maybe you didn't say that, but there's a ton of people in the comments that said that. Deshaun Ragsdale said when he's on break, he's going to be commenting to everything that everybody says. Shout out to that. She can renegotiate, and renegotiating and sending out demands are two different things. I agree 100%. If you're going to go into a situation where you're going to renegotiate a contract, but you are setting up demands, then you are doing it wrong, and the other people you won't get the type of reception that you would want. I'm going to agree with that. That's a whole fact. She shouldn't be given any demands. No, don't kick them. They have a right to, as long as they're not telling nobody talking crazy. Wait, Meg's on First Take right now? Fuck out of here. I have no okay.
Growing up, I listened to a lot of them, and I was always like, "Oh, it sounds really woman standard." So that's kind of where I take a lot of my inspiration from.
When you see like he brought up Latifah, she was just a star.
Y'all want to hear this? Who want to listen to this?
The Oreo posse days, like way back. But yeah, no doubt about it. But she was like LL was a star, Cube was a star. It transcended hip hop. And you could see it right away. And so 20, 30 years later, they're still major stars. How much of
Hold on, I'm gonna mute that for a second. Southern V says they don't mind sitting and negotiating, but she's filing restraining orders and going to court, and she ain't tried to talk with them. If she ain't tried to talk with them, wow, that's a bad look. That's wrong of her if she didn't try to talk with them first. That's just my opinion.
they're still major stars? How much of your success right now do you think is strictly like rap, flowing rap skills? Because I heard you got skills. You're precise. I listened to your stuff. And how much of it do you think is star quality for you right now?
Max used to be a rapper for everybody that don't know.
Where social media personality is like a big thing. I'm a very real person, very natural person. I don't really hide a lot on my social media, on my Instagram, my Twitter. It's just me being me. So people like naturally gravitate to my personality because I'm being real. I'm not a character.
She pretty
so
as hell.
They really like that. But at the same time, I really can rap. So they're definitely tuning in to listen.
You have aspirations beyond hip hop?
Oh yeah, I'm still a college student. I go to Texas Southern
That's
University.
what it is. Your life, you already know.
Yeah.
Hit me on IG. Give me 1 second. Right back, y'all.
Administration, and I really want to open up some assisted living facilities in my city.
That is wonderful. And there's
Let me
just
turn this up. I don't know if y'all can hear it.
Also meeting you in person. I want to get to a little bit of sports. You come from Houston. You rep H-Town. What do you think your Rockets this year? There's a real shot for them to go all the way.
They better go all the way.
Yeah.
We've been waiting. on this. James, we're rooting for you. So, I mean, yeah, anything Houston, I'm going to support. So, Rockets, y'all better do it.
I know you're going to support them, but it's one thing to support them. It's another thing to believe in them.
Right.
So I'm asking you, when you see this, now Russell Westbrook is there instead of CP3. James Harden is still there. My man here talks about how James Harden needs to step up in the postseason. Repping H-Town the way that you are doing. How does H-Town feel about Russell Westbrook being there? How does H-Town feel about James Harden come postseason time?
I mean, in Houston, we all know James Harden. I can't speak on Russell because I haven't met him, but I have a personal relationship with James. I've met him a few times. So, I mean, it's not just about what's going on the court. Like, I feel like when you really have support from your city and we putting that motivation in you, we're giving you that positivity.
Okay, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. We're going to get off of that. Her project drops Friday, so right now she's doing what she do. She got to go around. That's another thing, right? Ah, man, I didn't think about that getting demonetized by ESPN. I might not. Anyway, there's been times I haven't been. Southern V says the courts and contracts are legal and binding. Rock needs to pay to get her out of the contract, then it'll be cool. I think, well, I don't think this is a publicity stunt. I don't think you get the courts involved if you're doing a publicity stunt. But at the end of the day, once again, there was Tekashi and Treyway and them, and they was doing shit I didn't think people would do for publicity. So maybe it is. I don't know. What can I say? Of course, Jay-Z got her that interview. I don't think any of this shit is fake. I think that there's really a contractual problem. I think that it's one of those problems that could have been solved, but one side was irrational. I'm not saying which side was irrational. I don't know. I wasn't there. But this is probably a situation that could have been resolved, but one of the sides was irrational. You're saying Megan is being greedy for wanting to get paid. You know, I'm not even engaging in that conversation because it's so stupid that I don't know. My brain is gonna break trying to like like I'm already stuck because the comment is so stupid. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, K Days says Daisy says Rock Nation gonna have to K Days said Rock Nation is gonna drop the bag for her. Remember Cash Money sued Rock Nation for dropping Lil Wayne music on Tidal. They need to just renegotiate the damn contract. But I can understand them not wanting to renegotiate if she's coming to the table like, you got to do this and you got to do that. I can understand not renegotiating. Okay, so this is this tactic that people do, right? I'm going to explain it to you real quick. And this is, let's say we're gonna negotiate, right? But I don't really want to negotiate with you. I want to do something totally different, but I'm going to fake like I want to negotiate with you. So I come to the table and I ask for shit that there's no way that you're going to give me. So the negotiations break down. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a good chance that Megan and her team did that. I'm not saying that they did that. I don't know whether they did that or not, but there's a good chance that they could have been like, yo, you know what? We're going to pretend like we want to renegotiate the contract, but we don't really want to renegotiate the contract. We want to get out of the contract. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask for things that we know that they're not going to give us. Then what that's going to do is that's going to put us in a position where we could take this contract, which is actually not a good contract, take that contract to a court of law, and we have a real good chance of winning because this contract has shit in it that it shouldn't have in it. You understand what I'm saying? And getting all the way out of the contract. What up, Deuce Mom? That's Hook Deuce Mom? So that's what they could be trying to do. So for the people who's mad at Megan Thee Stallion, that is what they could be trying to do. She might just want out of the contract. They've been collecting money and not paying her for 2 years. There's monies that they've collected that they should have been paying her that they haven't been. They've been putting that money in escrow. 9 times out of 10, they're going to pay her the money when the money makes that money back. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why the people in here are mad at Meg. People in here mad at Meg like they personally are involved in the situation. Like they are personally involved in the situation. I don't know. Frost Rio says Frost, I think Prince and Jay already got a deal worked, but they said they're gonna give us good publicity if we make this public fake that we need the courts in both ends. That's your opinion. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you go that far. I don't know if you risk having to open your books up to the courts. I just don't know. That's my point. I don't know if you do something that's gonna risk having your books open to the courts. I don't know if you do that. It's crazy that not one person has said that this was a mature. I thought it was a good business move. They need to either have the contract. They need to get out of the contract. The contract, from what I've seen, is so bad that there's not much renegotiating that you could do for the level that she's at right now. When she was a lower tier artist and very few people knew about her and she was still on the come up, okay, she got a bullshit ass contract that you have to put in work, that we're not giving you nothing. You got to work, right? Okay, I get that. You want to see who's going to work. I get that. A bad first contract. Now it's time to renegotiate. They're saying they don't like her renegotiating tactics. I don't know if she's saying that she tried to talk with them. The only people that said she didn't try to talk with them is the people in this chat. I've not heard that they have not tried to. I think Jay Prince might have said it, but we don't know that to be true. Like, are we gonna believe everything 1501 say, but nothing that she says? Is that what we're doing? You can't believe everything that 1501 says, nothing that she says, and you can't believe everything that she says and nothing that 1501 says. Like, how are you giving it up like that? How are you just gonna decide that one side has to be lying about everything? You think she has 0 success so far? 1 billion streams is 0 success? I'm not saying that any label is going to buy out her contract. I'm not even saying that that's the way to go. But I'm saying, you think 1 billion streams is 0 success? A billion streams is 0 success. Can we have a vote real quick? Who thinks 1 billion streams is 0 success? You think 1 billion streams is 0 success? You do not think 1 billion streams is 0 success. If we get up to 30, you don't think we're going to give him a timeout for saying that bullshit? If we get 30 thumbs downs from 30 individual people, their homeboy is gonna get timed out. No, don't kick him. Just give him timeouts. He's been here for a while. And we kicked the girl before, and we probably shouldn't have kicked her. We probably should have timed her out. But I think she was the enemy, though. Yes, 1 billion at YouTube is like 7 million. He also said wait, who said that? Oh no, but the other guy, an illuminated minority, is voting for to get his own self put in the damn timeout. You know what, oh boy? Forget about. I'm not putting him in the timeout. I'm not putting him in the timeout. This nigga too funny. You saying stupid shit, homie? Like, stop, man. No, she's not getting 50% off of sample music. That is not happening. He might not just know. Okay, so regular business, normal business in the music industry is getting over on the artist. So he might just be feeling like, yo, it's my time. Why y'all doing this shit to me? Those guys over there, ain't nobody doing nothing to those guys over there. It's like the person in the store, like you got 10 kids, they run into a store, all of them snatch up something and run out. One kid get grabbed. He's not gonna say, I'm sorry for stealing. He's not gonna say none of that. He's gonna say, why you grab me? Look at all of them, go get them too. He's gonna start telling people where they live, all types of different snitching shit. Let me tell you about some shit that happened to me. Back when I was a young kid, we was back in the day, for everybody that don't know, we used to, the way you hopped the bus was you just jumped on the back of that bitch and held on. So we jumped on the back of a bus and has held on to the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you got around town if you was a little kid, no money, or you had money, but I'm not paying for no bus. Get out of here. Or I had money to pay for the bus. He had money to pay for the bus, but those three ain't. So we gotta all jump on the back with y'all. Anyway, so I jumped on the back of the bus with me and some other people. The cops came. I said, fuck this shit. They all held on to the bus because they were scared. I jumped off the back of that shit into moving traffic. I'm dead serious. We on the back of the bus on 3rd Avenue in the Bronx. 149th Street, 3rd Avenue in the Bronx. The cops is in back of us. We jumping on the back of the bus. We driving. The bus is driving. While the bus is moving, the cops pulled up behind us. Whoop, whoop. I look back. We see it's the cops. Everybody else is too scared. So they hold on to, I jump immediately off of that bitch, tuck, roll, get up to my feet and book it. You know, one of the people that got caught pointed them out and told them where I was hiding. So that type of shit happens. That shit was crazy. Yeah, there'd be mad cars on 149th. That's a whole fact. That's a shopping area. It's always, it was in the middle of the day. And then it was in the winter. So there was like icing and it was cold. That's all I know. Jump right off the back of that bitch. Oh man. I jumped right off the come on, y'all, they got us. Yeah. Yo. That's a whole fact. What up, D No Love? That's a whole fact. I jumped straight off of the back of that bitch. I rolled, I got to my feet, and I booked it. Yeah, I almost got hit by like 2 cars. What you talking? Not hit, ran over. It's a whole fact. What are you talking about? Shorty Ant says you have to blame the people that influenced her to sign that contract. Her whole situation was set off of greed. When you look at all the power that claims they're responsible for young lady success. Like I said, I think this was just a situation where her mother might have been a little naive, signed a contract that wasn't a good contract. But that's not the problem. The problem is the renegotiating of the contract. I think a lot of people was missing the point. The point isn't that she had a bad contract initially. Everybody's first contract in the music industry is shit for the most part, except for like 50 Cent. He got like $1 million signing bonus. Shout out to fucking Dr. Dre and Eminem. But there comes a point where you go renegotiate your contract. It's been 2 years. She wants to renegotiate her contract. I think she should have the right to renegotiate a contract. What the hell? No, you're not a snitch when somebody is doing you dirty and you try to stop them from doing. How are you a snitch because you have a bad contract? So you take somebody to. You know what? We giving Deuce moms a timeout for that bullshit. How are you a snitch? Because what the fuck? Part of my language. And then your next comment is, you know what? Deuce's mom is somebody, right? That we don't want to hear. And I could tell already by the comments that they're dropping. So could we get bags for Deuce's moms? Could we get bags? Could we get bags for Deuce's moms? Come back with another account. So I could kick that one too when you ask those same questions. No, she's not gangbanging or in the streets. How can she snitch? Now you see why. Do y'all see why I kicked them? Can we get bags? We need all of the bags. We need for you to go to your neighbors. Get bags from there. I need y'all to go to J.C. Penney's. Buy some new bags. I need you to get on the internet. I need you to shop like it's Black Friday and get more bags. Because this person needs to get hit with every bag in existence. We need to rent bags. Do they rent bags? I don't even know if you could rent bags. But we need to rent some bags. What in the hell? We need to get all of the garbage companies in America together. Tell them stop taking the garbage bags to the dump. We need them to pull up. We need them to pull up with them garbage bags. What in the hell? So you're saying she wasn't worried about the contract until she actually met with people who knew more about contracts than her and they spoke with her about her contract? That sounds about logical. What the fuck? XXXTentacion was trying to get out of his contract. Little Uzi Vert was trying to get out of his contract. There's a ton of rappers that was just recently trying to get out of their contracts and it didn't work out halfway as good as it's working out for Meg Thee Stallion. So I'm not sure what the question is. Focus Sports says, Jack, a good question was asked by someone earlier. If Meg was a dude in this situation and handled it how she has, would it have went bad, violent? It might have. I don't know. But just so we could be clear, Tory Lanez, thank you, another guy that was having a contract issue. He went public with it, and then all of a sudden the record label fixed that contract problem. So they spoke to him, and they don't got an issue the next day. Our son's gonna really think I'm trying to hit her with bags. Yo, somebody called me up. Yo, somebody hit me on IG one day. I've listened to real quick. So I hit somebody hit me up on IG like 3 o'clock in the morning. So how they was coming to get me. Because I'm sending people to hit their aunt in the face with bags and it's on site. I'm like, what the hell? I laughed at them so hard. The powers that be probably told Tory to relax. It's a fact. Joe will know more about it than me. Maybe she would have got touched. But there are a lot of people that have been complaining about having contract negotiation issues. None of them went to the courts. But they have been people that have been complaining about contracts, and I haven't seen none of them get touched, so I can't necessarily agree with Joe. I'd have to know exactly like his perspective on the matter. I gotta listen to the latest Joe Budden. Also, she has 4 record deal, right? She's been in this contract for 2 years. You think this is the first time they stopped her from dropping an album? She's been in this contract for 2 years already, right? I think it's been 2 years already. You think this is the first time they stopped her from dropping an album? They probably put her album on hold numerous times previously. Nope, the 2 million thing didn't even come up because it's not in the contract, and Complex spoke on the contract. The $2 million wouldn't be in the contract. Also, Complex didn't speak with anybody from 1501. So since they didn't speak to anybody from 1501, as far as I know, how would they then be able to ascertain the relevance of the $2 million? She ain't got no album. I think Megan is his only artist. We don't know if he actually owes $2 million. That's a fact. We don't know that. Tory Lane's got people around. Every rapper has people around them, man. What are you talking about? Either because they're already friends with them and they knew them, or they like, you know what? Everywhere I'm going, everybody I do a show with got all these gang members with them. I don't feel safe. So they go get themselves some security or something. Anyway, we're gonna pull up out of here. We can't pull up out of here yet. Do y'all want to talk about the Nicki Minaj situation, or are we just gonna just forget about the whole Nicki Minaj situation? Anybody want to talk about the Nicki Minaj situation? Nobody said Tory. I don't know about Tory running from nobody. I know Tory pulled up on people. No, 1501 got another artist. They actually came out and said that they don't have no problem with their contract. So no, she's not the only one. Okay, first of all, they've already collected $7.3 million at least $7.3 million. So they could have paid the people that work that are working for them. Okay, they could have paid the people. They've already collected $7.3 million. So I don't even understand what they're talking about. Her owing $2 million. I would need to know what they're talking about. Your homie used to protect Red Cafe. Shout out to Red Cafe. Do y'all want to talk about this Nicki situation? If not, we gonna pull up out of here. I personally think Nicki should stop doing music. I personally think that she needs to move on and use her celebrity to do something else. But I don't think she should stop doing music because she's not good at doing music. I think that there's something going on in hip hop right now, and she's just not. She's just not what I think. She didn't handle the last 2 years well. That's the best way I could put it. I think she didn't handle the last 2 years well. I think ever since Sheetha came out, she's been on a downward spiral. Ever since Sheetha came out, she's been on a downward spiral. I don't think we have Cardi B if Sheetha don't come out. Not the way that we currently have Cardi B. Not the current iteration of Cardi B. We have Cardi B because Cardi B was just gonna win. She don't care. But we don't have the current iteration of Cardi B as far as Cardi B has been such a huge piece of the market. What you mean by the only one saving Nicki is 6ix9ine? Explain that. For everybody that don't know what happened in the situation is he was driving a car. He was pulled over for driving. Oh, Fifi saved her. Fifi did help her a lot though. That's a whole fact. Don't let nobody tell you different. That song did numbers. Everything 6ix9ine touches does numbers. I mean, at this point, people could be. At this point, I think a lot of people are just mad at him because they just mad he do numbers. To be honest with you, not everybody, but some people. So basically, what happened is, his name is Kenneth Petty, Kenneth Zoo Petty. We could call him Zoo if y'all want to call him Zoo, but Kenneth Zoo Petty was driving. They relocated to California. They live out in California now. So he was driving the car, and while he was driving the car, they got pulled over. So when they got pulled over, they checked him out. They ran him and everything, and they found out that he was a sex offender. The problem is this: since he has to register as a sex offender everywhere that he goes. He did not do that. So that's what the issue is. The FBI wasn't following him around, as far as I could tell. It was just a traffic stop. In the traffic stop, they stopped him, they ran him, they found out who he was, and after they found out who he was, then the question was, why aren't you registered as a sex offender if you're living in California? You have to register as a sex offender. That's crazy. So that means that every single place that Nicki Minaj goes from now on and lives in America, everybody has to know where she lives at because he has to be a registered sex offender that you can literally just then Google. You could look him up on the, not Google, but you could look him up on the database and find out where Nicki Minaj lives at all times. They're going to have 2 houses. They're going to have a bullshit house that's his registered address. And then they're going to have another house that he don't actually live at, even though he's there all the time. That's what they're gonna have to do. Nah. I don't live here. I live at that other address. See, it's in my name. I'm just hanging out over here. I'm just here. But that other place, I'm paying all the bills over there. That's what they probably should do. I don't know if they thought about that, but that's what they should probably do. Choke says she's been blackballed due to comments she made on Miley Cyrus, so the media nitpicks her. Yeah, when she said all that stuff about Miley Cyrus, and that kind of hurt Miley Cyrus's career too, because I think that sent Miley Cyrus into a mental shell. She kind of got away from me making music for a while. If everybody don't know, remember. Her husband could not be around kids, as far as I know, so no barbecues or parties. Actually, for everybody that, so we can be clear, for everybody that don't know what the accusation was, there's 2 stories. All right, I'm gonna explain to you the 2 stories. I don't know which story is accurate, but let's also realize that he was found guilty, I believe. He was a minor himself. I believe he was like 15 or 16 or something like that, and his story is, wait, he was 21, she was 16. Okay. Anyway, this is his story. His story is the girl was his girlfriend. They got busted having sex. And she lied. That's his story. I mean, he's still 21 and she's 16. It is what it is. But that's his story. There's a totally another story. I thought he was underage. I do not know him to be 21, so I don't know who said 21. Put Gully Boy on timeout. He was not 21. Put Gully Boy on time, and I read that knowing he wasn't 21. Put Gully Boy, you come in here and lie about something like that again, man, I'm just gonna kick you. I'm dead serious and I'm not joking. That was his girlfriend. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. His story is that was his girlfriend. I believe that's his story, and that's probably like his father's story or somebody else's story also. Like other people saying that. That was his girlfriend. They was just having sex. 16-year-old teenagers. That's what they do. Right? Apparently they got busted or something along those lines. And then the accusation was made that the way that he raped her was apparently he's supposed to have seen her at a bus stop, had a fake gun, pretending like he had a real gun, walked her all the way to his actual apartment, into his bedroom, and raped her there. I don't believe that story. I don't know what to tell you. I don't believe that somebody is going to abduct somebody on the street and take them to where they fucking live. I just don't believe that story. But anyway, he got convicted and got found guilty, and that's what the crime was. Hey, what I just explained to you is what is the two stories. What I just explained to you is the two stories. His story is that was his girlfriend. They got busted having sex. She got scared. Her parents pushed charges. I don't know, Shorty Aunt. He was 15, she was 16. As far as I know, they was teenagers of comparable age. That's all I know. Those are the two stories. So you could look at it this way. That's messed up. He gonna get caught with those he gonna have to hold those charges for the rest of his life. For having sex with his for him being underage and also having sex with an underage girl, his girlfriend. I'm not 100% sure if they actually got to the act or if they got stopped before the act started. But that's what the accusations are. Meek is saying that he didn't clown dude. I'm gonna believe Meek at this point. Unless we could confirm. I'm gonna believe Meek. And I'm just believing Meek because of all the fake Jack Frost and BBN pages. There's a ton of fake Jack Frost and BBN pages. And I think one of the main reasons why Nicki rocks with him is because Nicki might know that was bullshit. Because Nicki might literally know the girl and him. And know that they were dating at that time. You understand what I'm saying? You literally have people in here telling you what the ages were, and you're still saying the ages have to be something different. What are you talking about, Deshaun Ragsdale? When was I talking low? Look, if these people love each other, if she loved that man, leave them alone. Like, why can't people just allow for people that want to be with each other to be with each other? Just leave them alone. What the fuck? It happens because you're talking about in the 90s. What the fuck are you talking about? The judicial system was doing a lot of weird stuff in the 80s and the 90s, man. Why do you think I keep applauding every time we find a judge that's doing some good shit? You understand what I'm saying? That's why I applaud them. Or you think I talk about Judge Engelmeyer? Because when we have people that's actually not throwing us in the fucking fire, give them they flowers. Even if you don't agree with all the other shit, as long as they do their job the right way and they're not killing us, give them their flowers. So yeah, so now he's facing up to 10 years in prison, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But for everybody that can know, he's facing up to 10 years in prison. It happened in Queens, New York, though, just so everybody could be clear. Shay Lacey, like I said, I told both stories, and he didn't pull out a knife. It was he had something on him. She didn't see it allegedly, and he pretended to be a gun. But like I said, there's two stories. I just told y'all what both of the stories are. I'm not saying which story is right or wrong. I don't know which is right or wrong, just so we could be clear. I'm just telling you what both of the stories are. What are you when did this happen, Deshaun? What are you talking about? When did my voice get low? I believe statutory rape, one person has to be an adult. I didn't get low. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so that's the situation going on with Nicki and Zoo. His name is Zoo, y'all. His name is Zoo. That's what's going on with Nicki and Zoo. Everybody know him as Kenneth Petty. I think it's bullshit. I mean, I know a lot of people just don't like Nicki Minaj. I don't dislike her or like her personally. I don't really have no feeling one way or the other. But I think that this is some bullshit. At the end of the day, he was supposed to register. 9 times out of 10, they've been waiting for him to register, and he took so long to register that now they're just forcing his hand. That could be what's happening. They could have knew. They could have. I'm not gonna say stalked, but they could have purposely pulled him over. You understand what I'm saying? They could have purposely pulled him over to create a situation where now he has to make sure that he go register. You understand what I'm saying? That could be that. It could just be that simple. That the government got tired of him not registering, knowing damn well he was supposed to register. The violation was last year. Yeah, I mean, I don't know when it happened. I just know they're talking about it now. What are you talking about? Yeah, they didn't even they gave him bail. He just got to have a ankle bracelet on. I don't think they want to arrest him. I think it's just like, come on, homie, you know you were supposed to register. You ain't registered yet. You ain't above the law. That's basically what it could possibly be. Sometimes the police just fuck with you because you supposed to have did some shit and you didn't do it. So they be like, all right, we got to make sure you do it. You ain't gonna do it without a little incentive. We got to give you a little incentive. Do you want to do the thing that you were supposed to do that you didn't do, or do you want to go to jail? I mean, it's up to you, homie. 10 years. He's facing 10 years. And it's also the section that law changes from state to state. Rio, there's states where you could consent to have sex at 16. I'm pretty sure that there's little cities places where you could consent at like 15 or some shit. Anyway, the Mormons are at. Shout out to the Mormons, even though y'all never gonna see this. No, not the Mormons. Not the Mormons isn't gonna never see this. Who the other ones? Not the Mormons, but the people that drive around in the buggies. They don't even use cars. George is at 16. Exactly. Amish. There you go. I meant to say Amish. Like if you were Amish, the consenting age is probably like 10. I can make all the Amish jokes because the Amish people will never know about this. I could talk about the Amish all I want. I'm just saying the name wrong. It's Amish. I think I'm saying it right. Anyway, we gonna have to pull up out of here. Damn, it's noon. We've been here 2.5 hours. You guys have been great today. We gonna pull up out of here. Everybody, yo, go have a beautiful day today. Um, I'm pretty sure the Amish have their own mob. They show up with guns and shit, but their guns is all made out of wood. So it's a spring. So to shoot their guns, they gotta like pull this thing all the way back. It showed all wooden guns and shit. So the gun is like this. The gun is like this. Like this is the frag of the gun. Over here. There's like a thing. They gotta pull all the way back like this. They can shoot the gun. They gotta shoot the gun over here because the thing is still sticking out the side of the gun and shit. Oh man, yo, look, everybody. I want y'all to all have a good day. Everybody, do something positive. Go lift somebody's day up. Be polite. Be nice. Be a bastard. Be a whatever you want to be. But whatever it is that you do it with God in mind. Understand that you're gonna have to answer for everything that you do, positive and negative. So today, let's try to do so much positive things that hopefully it could cancel out some of the negative things that we've done in the past. So yeah, let's try to do that. With that being said, I love y'all. Everybody go out there and win. Be great. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.